Oluwafunminiyi. Welcome to another episode of To My Fellow Gen Zs. It's a series where myself and some other Gen Zs sit and discuss some of the issues that we face as Gen Zs and life in general. Today we'll be talking about mental health, and today I'm joined by
Oluwafunminiyi.
Mano.
How you guys doing today? How do you guys feel being here with me, with this beautiful YouTuber?
Let them start.
Nigeria is tough.
Life is
I never feel happy.
That's deep.
How do you feel being here?
I'm fine, no.
That's a joke. I'm actually very happy. I'm very happy
How
here.
do you guys feel being here? Like, how do you feel being here with me?
Honestly, being with Funmi is very stressful.
Okay, that's okay. That's enough information. Thank you very much.
I'm honored. Thank you.
That was a lie too. She makes us say these things.
Don't believe them. Believe them at your own risk. Anyway, first question. How, since we're talking about mental health and we're all in school, we're all in university, and we're currently on strike. So let me ask you the first question. How has the Nigerian university that you're in affected your mental health? Or how is it still currently affecting your mental health since we're still there? I will be there for... So God knows.
We've been in university for 3 years. And
Yes,
3 years.
Yeah.
3 years, and this is our second year
Best
of our
semester.
third year.
Please,
Our
what are you saying?
third year in school. Our second
Yes,
year of our
second year of our
third year.
third year in school.
You don't understand. We're in 200 level.
But we are supposed to be in 300 level.
Exactly.
We're at 200 level. We've been in school since
can't
2019.
relate. Sorry.
Okay, you entered school last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
How has
But it's still on strike. So.
How has it been affecting your mental health?
Honestly, I've thought about everybody must have thought about all of their other friends going out of school,
Sure.
other people they graduate, Babcock students, and they go chop their rice, probably June.
In 2 weeks or
Yeah,
3.
so they go chop rice and we will still do this school. So it's just something you think about all the time. I wouldn't say it really affected my mental health because I'm trying to do other things. But it's just one of those things that will just come to your mind once again, every once in a while, and you just have to take that time out and think about it again.
I'm frustrated. That's it. Really, it's frustrating. You know, when apart from seeing your mates in private schools and some state universities go higher, you have a vision for yourself for a particular moment in your life. I'm sure when 2019, I had already calculated the amount of years that I was supposed to use in the university. And let me just say, I added 1 because I know as we strike. But now it's I'm adding 2 and I'm adding 3 back. It's frustrating.
COVID already happened.
Yes, COVID happened. And even with COVID, there was strike.
And now I see it happening again.
Yeah.
So it has been affecting your mental health really bad. Has anything really happened in school? But for me, aside the strike and all of this, I'm a medical student, you guys already know. Crossing into medical school, University of Lagos, they will play with your mental. They don't care about your mental
At
health.
all.
They will do it like this. I don't know who I should blame. Should I blame
No University of
Lagos?
The
or
whole
College of Medicine?
University of Lagos itself does not care about your mental
Mental
health.
health. So they will play you. Entering medical school, it was terrible.
Anxiety, panic, a lot of things.
Yes, it was terrible. They were just playing with everybody's head, they don't care about you. You can fail now, and it's not like you failed though. You should not fail, but they just we don't want you. You can go away. Say yeah.
It's weird seeing other people that you know because obviously you know that this person is not this good, and you see them
Yeah,
going
and
into
you're
you're am I dumb?
Yeah.
they will not have you questioning your own self. You know, start. It's all these things, small, and then when you bring it up, because we had a meeting, and then they brought it that's not what we're here for. That's not what we're here
Yes.
for. Excuse me. They said that thing. They said we had one town hall meeting in this Ijaba. I don't that's not what we're here for. That's not what we're here for. I think we were in that meeting because someone had committed suicide or something, and they were still telling us that's not what they're here for.
And these are the things contributing towards the mental health of students, and some of them actually commit suicide. The fact that they'll be telling you, check on your friend, check on your... You people should check on yourselves too. What do you think that you're doing that is affecting people to
I actually
things?
had a friend in philosophy in my class, during class, that wanted to she left the class and went to the toilet, and you know how high arts class, she wanted to jump out of the window. like right there, like just because she was tired. Because
School is tough.
this girl, she don't calculate her life. Our parents not to get money like that, and then she stays like she doesn't stay in Lagos.
Okay.
So like they will pay transport from her to come there. Then they will pay housing, they will pay food, they will pay all that kind of things. Add that one. So she said she go the reason now say these people they try, and what am I going back to go and show them? Just the stress of these people suffering me.
So how do you guys react when someone close to you has a mental breakdown? Have you ever experienced someone close to you having like a proper like breakdown? Not even proper, there's no proper. Having a mental breakdown.
Proper.
Like just just breaking down. It could be like tears, just people just get tired.
Is that actual proper way?
There's no proper way. Excuse me.
That's the thing. I don't like. I never know what to do in these situations. I'm always just confused. Like even if it's just like maybe family or like all this kind, I'm always confused on what to say or what to do
because you don't know what would trigger the person. You don't know what to do.
You don't. You.
Like should I tell you sorry?
I would feel bad telling you sorry for just being you, like going through your own thing. So it's weird just looking at somebody you know, somebody you care about, and you could see them suffering or you could see them hurting, and there's barely nothing you can do, or there's nothing you can do. That in its own is going to affect you, and it's another part of mental issue for you because you go the reason I'm steady. So I don't know if I would say I have a way of dealing with this particular thing.
Ayo, why don't you go first? What's that?
Trying to take in everything from the same. What was the question?
How do you react when someone close to you?
There are many ways to react, because if you react this way for someone, this person, it doesn't mean you work for the other person, because what may trigger this person may not trigger this person. So at that particular point, you want to chill, like try and understand where the person is coming from before you make any move, so as not to make it worse.
To me, I have don'ts, I don't have do's. My don'ts is I never compare what you've gone through with what I've gone through. I don't make it a competition. Somebody tells me I've gone through this and I'm the person screaming, no, me self. I don't do that.
I know they come back.
Your own is small. Your own is small.
You don't negate anybody's struggle, I beg. You don't do that. And secondly, I don't like this thing of God has a plan. Everything will work. Yeah, you can tell me later. But at that moment, too much optimism. So there is something called toxic positivity. Exactly. Toxic positivity. You don't do that. You allow people go through what they are going through at that moment. I know that God has a plan. I'm sure the person too has a plan, but the person still has the right to go through what the person is going through. So you don't use everything is well. God has a plan.
But if I can't tell the person everything, what am I supposed to tell you?
It's okay to be quiet. It's okay to cry with the person, or it's okay to can I hold you? Can I hug you?
Because sometimes it might
not be
fine.
Uncomfortable silence is. You've never been in such a situation.
But in most situations where you don't know what to say, silence wins. Silence wins.
That is true.
Or a simple hug.
Or you ask a question, what do you need me to do for you? Then the person will tell you what the person needs. I need word of encouragement. I need you to hug me. I need you to shut up and listen to me. The person will tell you what the person needs.
So moving on, guys. Do you think many people fail to take responsibility for their actions and like they just blame it on mental health? Do you think that people decide not to take responsibility for their actions because I'm dealing with like my mental health comes first and everything? And it's also tricky because you can't exactly tell them that they are not dealing with it because you're not in their head, right?
I feel yes. People try to avoid taking responsibility or accountability for their actions. It's just like people that will kill. They'll not be saying they have mental health, that they should send them to mental health institution. For some of them are dealing with it, fine. But I think there is a particular line where you know that you are killing somebody, you are murdering somebody, and you want to be using I have ADHD or I have depression.
Even you have like at a particular point, you
should be aware of what you're doing.
You should
Exactly.
come back. It's not something that happens like throughout the whole process. There's a particular moment, because even though you have it, you still know say you never chop. You go still know say
True.
sleep they do me. You go rest, lie down better. Maybe say you go lie down for floor, say you dey mad, or like you go like
You know that.
It's like there's no way you tell me like throughout your whole, even though you have it, you still did not think of
Doing
this
something.
exactly.
There was a series I watched. The girl gave birth and she gave up her child because she wasn't ready to take care of that child. Understandable. Then 2 weeks passed, 1 month passed, 2 months passed. She didn't get up from her bed. And anytime they ask her, why don't you want to stand up and do something like worth living for? She say, I just gave up a baby. I just gave up a baby. So I understand that people go through things, but there are times that you need to wake up and know that fine, I'm going through this, but I can make life better for myself. I can stop hurting people because I'm going through something.
Yeah, don't be somebody that will sulk. Just be there and be saying, oh, no, because of this, I can't make it again. Because of this, I can't do anything. Like,
But you remember
try.
it's easier said than done.
It's easier said than done.
Honestly.
Facts, but like, if you put in the effort and it doesn't work out, you have another thing like, okay, I tried this, it didn't work out. It's not that you're not going to try again, but like, that's another thing for you.
You know, it's not the effort that is even the problem. That it's not everyone that processes the same way.
Yeah.
Some people heal faster. Some people heal slower. It's for you to know your pace and know how you're going to work it out.
Some people use that point of knowing their pace to tell you, oh, I take my time, I do this, and they never just come back up. You can't tell me that if through knowing your pace, even though like I understand that, but like still try to live yourself.
I feel when you even love yourself, sorry, I got you short. When people say self-love, when you love yourself, you want the best for yourself. You want
Some people don't
to make
understand
things,
what this
you want to make things work out better for yourself. You want to live a good life for yourself. Some people hide under the fact of self-love to condone laziness.
Yeah, so some people, they heal at, people heal at different paces. You have people that heal fast, like coming down from a mental breakdown and like, okay, I'm back, what am I doing with myself? Let me get back together. But you have the ones that, okay, little by little, let's go there. Then you have the extremely lazy ones that are just there, that if there's no one to push them, then it's going to be hard. For people like that, that's where friends come in. Good friends, to be precise. Emphasis on the good. That's where good friends come in. You have this kind of friends that, okay, what's happening to this guy? He just had this problem and, okay, he saw this result and he gave up. Wasn't coming to classes anymore. Wasn't reading anymore. What's going to happen? I'm not going to allow my friend sink like this. Get to that friend, talk, guy, let's go and read. Let's do this, let's do that.
Bro, I would say like, yes, you have to have good friends, but like there are times you do not have good friends.
And that's what I said.
Like there are times that's where like I would say self-love comes in. Like if you love yourself, you would want yourself. There was a time I did not have like any good friend around me, like anybody that would ginger me for anything, but like you will know, okay, I want to do this with my life. I want to like better myself.
You have to be
That's
your
what,
biggest cheerleader.
But
like,
you're alone.
You're alone, yes, but love yourself.
But then you need to love yourself enough to know that you being alone
Yeah,
doesn't have to be
exactly.
If you love yourself enough,
Yeah,
alone,
you would do things for
because at the end
yourself.
of the day, it's just you. So you have to love yourself enough to take care of
Loving
you.
self-love is not just shaking yash on a yacht or
Princess treatment.
drinking moe in Cubana. It's more than that. It has to be.
You have to tell yourself the tough truth.
Exactly.
Very, very bitter.
Because if nobody tells you, who is going to tell you? Only you. So you need to tell yourself.
And you know yourself.
You know yourself
You know
better
yourself better, exactly.
than every other person, and you won't lie to yourself. You can lie to yourself, sha.
But you know
You know the truth.
But
At the
you
end
go
of
know
the
say
day,
you
you
lie.
know
You know
what's
what's
going on.
happening
So
behind.
even if you lie to yourself, you still know the truth. Anyway, okay. So moving on. What do we think about people that self-diagnose depression, especially in this like generation? Like, Like,
Yeah,
I'm depressed. Oh,
A lot
I'm
of
blue.
True. This come again with question.
What do you think about people that self-diagnose depression
Okay.
in Nigeria in our generation?
Some people, have what's it called? There's always some people have a backstory to this self-diagnosed depression. A story that maybe this stuff happened to me and nobody knew about it. So they just go into depression and like, that's my best way of solving it. Then you have those funny ones that after listening to maybe Juice WRLD, Juice WRLD and Lil Peep, they're like, I just want to live a sad life. I just want to keep everything down. Go back to the people that have a backstory to their depression. I don't know how to put it, but I don't know. I'll come back.
I think some people rightly self-diagnose that they have depression, and there are sometimes that some people need maybe a psychiatrist or somebody who is qualified or certified to do it, to tell them that they have clinical depression.
There's a difference.
Yes, there's depression, there's clinical depression. Okay, now depression. There's some mild depression that you just go through for a very short time, depending on something that happened to you. Maybe, like, imagine when we wanted to cross over.
Okay.
And some people
she means trying to enter medical school.
trying to enter medical school from Unilag Akopa. It's a long story. There are some people that had their courses changed. There are some people that I know of a friend that she was actually on the list. Then somebody complained and they removed her from the list. So imagine you crossing over. You thought that you had crossed over to medical school. Then somebody complained about an issue. Then they removed you. So that one, nobody needs to tell me. If the girl tells me that she's depressed, I will babe that she's depressed. A psychiatrist doesn't need to tell her that she's depressed. But there are some people that don't even know that they are depressed, but they are going through life the normal way. They are eating, they are drinking, they are sleeping, but they know that they have something.
But it's another thing. Here in this country, we do not really believe in depression. We do not really believe like, you are going
I think
to
that's
suffer.
another thing. So we think sometimes when people are actually depressed, we think that people are just saying, I'm depressed.
Nigerians
We don't believe a lot in depression, and there are a lot of
depressed. There are depressed people that
are not
lazy.
heavy on mental health.
Yeah. There are depressed people that are lazy, and they are like lazy people that use depression to cover up.
Yes.
But in Nigeria, we just believe like at least most older people will be like, waiting they do you. On top to say this month happened to you. You know that I trekked in my village. You know that I did it.
So
I just think you are just being lazy.
In Nigeria, we like to adapt to suffering to the extent that when we see people doing well, like the way NSAS it was now.
Yeah.
The way SARS were seeing young people, like they have to strive so hard to have that amount of money. Then they are seeing young people getting the money easily through tech and all of those things. So there's this part of you are not suffering the way we suffer. So where are you seeing this money from? So that's one issue about Nigerians. We are. We want everybody to go through the same suffering.
Nigerian suffer mentality is a different topic when it's on.
Really?
Yeah, exactly.
Because you see someone progressing and you're like, what if something happens? Once you see someone, okay, I bought a new car. Like, he has done ritual. That girl that was following you, she's not following you. He has used that glory. He has built the house.
His ritualism. Why did he was sick?
Or when a woman is doing so well, they say, sugar daddy.
A lot of people like go through these things, and they're actually doing like legit shit. And there's some people with sugar daddy, but like they're actually doing legit shit. But like seeing people around them telling them that no, you're a liar, you are knocking this man, you are doing this. It makes them feel some kind of way. Like that's another reason why they might be depressed. But once again, those people around them do not believe they can be depressed.
And I think a lot of Nigerians lack compassion. We lack compassion. Now let me take an example. Nigerians are wicked, really. We are very wicked in this nation. Very, very wicked. And people just say it with everybody they mad, everybody's mad. We just say like cruise, everybody's crazy, nobody's normal. But really these things affect people deep down. Let's take for example now, Gist Lover comes. tries to expose celebrities and all of those things. You don't know what's going through all those celebrities' head. You don't know what they're going through in real life. You come online, you see somebody spreading a story about you, and people are commenting, just love a wahala, violence headquarters. But really, like, people are using your life to catch cruise.
True.
These things are affecting people.
They are
human
human
beings, really. And it's just the same thing. In secondary school, when they carry rumor about you, hereby, that's it. I remember when I had brain bomb.
I feel like this thing, what's it called? I don't know, Nigerians, they find it easy to hurt people and just tag it as cruise.
Cruise.
They hurt
Exactly.
people
That's
like
part of
trying to
mental
protect
health.
themselves.
They hurt, I can't just come and slap my head now. I'm just
Nah,
cruising
cruise
with
now.
now. What's it now?
Don't
Just
disrespect people in the
But
name of cruise.
let's even leave disrespect. That is not right.
And then when the person tries to tell you that it's not right, but it was just
It was just played.
That's gaslighting. That's another manipulation. That
All these
attacks
things we know
mental
about
health.
from Nigeria. I didn't know gaslighting was a thing till like last year. Like an actual thing, like people gaslight, like all this. I didn't know it was something, would I say serious, or like something people actually do a lot. I was one of those people that would say, it's just cruise. I mean, the guy just did jokes. Even though like it is hurting me, I was
But
like,
you will not say
"Oh,
you're
the guy
trying to
just did
suppress
jokes."
those
And that people around me too are telling me that I feel like, okay, maybe I'm being too serious, or maybe
start
I'm.
doubting yourself.
It's just it's another thing.
It's just like workers, the way some employees will want their employers to. Some employers want their employees to work and still come back the next day. The one that he said he sacked almost 100 people because they could not come inside the rain. All of these things.
And you know what's funny? Did you see the tweet like when he was before he got to the position? Before he got to the position, like there was a tweet he tweeted and it was like, "Oh, it's raining today. I'm not going to work or something."
But then
Like you know how Nigerians are, they went, they got this, and now he's doing it to other people.
It's just it all boils down to compassion. Really, put yourself in other people's shoes.
So Nigerians are wicked. They don't feel. We also don't believe in depression.
And not all though, but there are some.
Well, not all.
Nigerians
Most
are
Nigerians don't believe.
I won't
I
generalize.
can't lie, Mr. Wicked.
People are
If you
wicked.
just
Just-
go through
Just
it,
tag
this
it
is what
as people are
it is.
wicked. Let's not
Yeah.
say.
I think we just feel like, oh, you roughly, like, it's just a matter of time. Yeah, you'll be alright. You come out from under the
Yeah,
water.
do you know what like the height of
So-
wickedness is like in boarding school? Like Phil also went to boarding school here.
Yeah.
Like when this particular senior was wicked to you, and now you're a senior. Oh,
You want to be
no,
wicked,
I'm
it's like, okay, no
this
problem.
kid
I'm
up.
going through it, so that when
I'm
I get
going
there,
to-
I'll
Somebody
beat
else must
another
do that.
person.
it's so funny that I actually kept this thing in my mind. There was a senior I had. This guy was unnecessarily, he would just start beating me. Unnecessarily, his brother came into school. Okay, I was looking for. If his brother should mess up small like this, I don't finish out. But this boy was too nice. This boy was actually so nice.
You don't start feeling
I
bad.
go they feel bad. Say, then
That
like,
happened to me in secondary
bro,
school.
it
A senior did nonsense with me. Then a younger sister. Then I was in SST. I was the head girl, so I had a lot of power with me.
power.
So when the girl came,
We like
she came in. I think JSS3 or SS1. I can't remember. And she was in my house. She was my hostel. She was like, "Oh,
This
never time.
bitch
Like
go
sweet."
That's another painful part. Your younger ones or people that you love suffering for the things you've done.
Now I don't give your brother depression because I will beat down.
So I actually had to take a conscious effort for me to say, it's not this girl that offended me. Like it was her sister.
I think in a way, most people in secondary school, most kids in secondary school now, that in boarding house, when seniors are bullying you, the only way you are going through, it's not so strong. Well, at that time we were there. When seniors are bullying you or you are going through anything, the only reason why you are going through it or you're at least not allowing it, you're not caving into the pressure or whatever, is because you're like, don't worry, should be there are juniors behind me. That's like everybody's belief. It's like, don't worry now, should be you do it to our sister, should be our sister is in GS1, should be our sister is going to still come to this school. You start hearing, don't worry, only if our sister will not come to this school again, even if the sister does not come. The juniors behind you.
Even teachers,
their
children.
Yes.
Something that are so mean that you're like, don't worry,
Your
maybe
child.
I will catch your child. Don't worry. Everybody we're not yet.
We're not.
We don't know what to talk about.
Oh, sorry.
We're very sorry.
Sorry, ma.
In advance.
So I think one of these things of passing generational trauma because you're passing it from one generation to another. One thing that can stop is forgiveness and healing. If you're not forgiving, a conscious effort, exactly. So if you're not forgiving that person and you've not healed from what the person had done to you, you have a tendency of doing it or repeating it to somebody else. It's just like people when a rapist now, many people that sexually assault others is because they've been sexually assaulted before and they've not healed from it. So they think it's normal for them to do it to other people. Some, okay, let me use some. True, some. Many of them lack self-control. Some of them are psychopaths, really. So some of them that actually do it to other people because they've done it to them before and they've not healed from it. So they think it's a normal thing to do to other generations coming up. So sometimes you have to heal from some trauma in order not to pass it to other people. It takes a conscious effort to do that.
I think to try not to.
Yeah.
But another thing, in Nigeria, we are, from when you are small, you are taught to actually forgive
Forgiving people.
But like, we don't forget.
And so the thing is, when you forgive people, it's actually not for.
Forgiveness is not for
it's
the
for
other
you.
person.
It's for you. It's actually for the person
And
that you are supposedly forgiving.
I think you can forgive people as many times as possible. There's a particular teacher in school that beat me. He beat me mercilessly for something I didn't do. It took me time to forgive. That was the first time I ever said I was going to forgive him. So after that time, another issue came up. This same man, I didn't forget. He beat somebody else. And I started feeling the anger in me. That was when I understood that you can forgive somebody as many times as possible. You don't need to forgive once.
It's not just once that you will not
forget.
So
as many times as possible you can forgive
it's
that
okay
person.
not to forget, but at least
there are many steps to actually forget things.
If you don't forget, did you actually forgive?
And so there are many steps.
Yes.
You cannot tell me that,
yes.
do this then. Okay, I'll tell you.
When I mean forget, it's not like it's not your memory again. But
yeah, so that's why there are many
Okay,
steps.
hold the person accountable.
Exactly, you still bring that person back. Like, okay.
If you're
And
bringing
remember
that
what
person,
you
did.
if you're bringing that
Yeah,
person
that's
back,
what
then
you
you haven't forgiven.
Yeah,
Exactly, that's
because
it
forgiveness,
goes hand in
you are
hand.
dropping everything.
It goes hand in hand. Forgiving and forgetting. People, you cannot.
So you forgive the person, you have to choose to forget it. It's not like you
not forget the
magically
memory.
wipes it.
Exactly.
It's not, you don't even have to go away from your memory, but you need to
just
stop holding the person accountable to that action.
So like you need to like just consciously say, okay, I'm forgiving you, so I'm going to try to
It's
act
also
like.
not that easy.
It's
It's
not,
not
oh,
easy.
of course.
Yeah, so it's
But
not
it's
easy.
not
an easy
road.
road, so you just have to try.
You just have to make efforts here.
You don't know until you try.
Amen.
Hallelujah, church. Praise Jesus. So what advice do you guys have in like the last stuff that we said? You've already mentioned how people take trauma as like an everyday thing, and most Nigerians just move with it and we're like, okay, we'll rough it, we'll go through it. So what advice you could have for people that do that? Like for people in our generation, and I know a lot of us say, oh, it's what it is, don't worry, it has happened, we'll rough it, we'll go through it. It's just for so what advice do you have for people like that?
Exactly.
What advice do you have for all of us?
Some
Because
people
most
use
of
that
us
thing to actually heal. Like it is what it is.
It's
Like,
not. It's not a healthy.
it has happened. It has
It's not a
happened.
healthy way to heal. I get trying to do your thing, but like still, I don't think having that "it is what it is" mentality is one of the ways to move forward. Because when you have that, it's like
you're not dealing with it.
you're actually
You're
not
just
dealing
like
with it.
you're
You're just pushing it.
You're pushing it down.
You're
And then
just
one
pushing it
time,
One day it just
Yeah,
explodes.
it don't happen. Push up. Another thing in the corner. Another thing in the corner. Another thing in the corner until
one time, the corner is
it's not
full of
everything. It's not another thing. Now it's everything. Exactly.
them.
And I think some people hide away from dealing with stuff at that moment because they feel they will never recover from dealing with it. To be too painful.
And yeah, it takes too much energy to actually deal with stuff
Yes.
in the moment when you
And
have to.
another thing is when you finally even after you healed or during your healing, I would say talk to people. It doesn't necessarily have to be your friend, like, but try to make an effort to talk to like a professional. There are a lot of people that are doing
For free.
things
Talk
for
about
free.
it, write it out,
And they are
journal,
professionals.
Journal.
They are actual professionals. So like try to like have, even though you're not going to do the full thing. I know Nigerians don't have time for all this kind of thing.
Remember the country that we're in. Nobody actually takes your shit serious.
Nobody takes it, but like this person, before you can come out to make something free,
people will take
before
your
you can come out to
stuff
actually
serious.
say, okay, I want to do this kind of talk to this person for free, you would know that okay, this person is going to actually go through a lot. This person is actually, something must have happened to you self to make that kind of thing free. So like try to take, at least make an effort to take up that person's offer of like talking for free or whatever company or whatever thing it is, and try to talk at least.
Talk to people, write it out, talk about stuff.
I am.
What advice do you have for people that you take trauma as an everyday thing?
trauma with them. I don't know, because at the point I used to do that. I used to do that at the point, like, okay, this is what happened. What do you want me to do? I can't take time back. I cannot reverse time. That happened, that happened. But I don't know. At a particular point, you want to face the problems head on, and you just, okay, let me deal with this stuff and know that I'm done with it.
Yeah.
It will take time. Yeah. Not every problem comes and goes immediately. Some take years, months. Some can even take a lifetime. But you just have to make that conscious effort.
So to me, I actually feel it's not everybody that knows when they've gone through trauma before. Sometimes you go through things, but you can't recognize that that is a trauma, a major alert trauma in your life, because you've already counted it as an everyday thing. So it's one thing to identify that you went through a traumatic experience. It's another thing to deal with it. In secondary school, I was bullied. I didn't know I was being bullied. I took it as a normal thing. Until I was explaining to somebody what happened to me, and the person said, do you know that you were bullied? You were seriously bullied. And I said, I was bullied.
Wow.
I thought it's not this American one when they push you to the locker. But that was not what happened to me. So it was until that person told me that I was bullied that I actually started doing things about it. So I didn't know I was being bullied. But I knew that that thing had an effect on the way I started reacting to other people. So that aside. Secondly, people tend to discriminate a lot against people that are seeing therapists. They feel you're crazy. They feel if you're seeing a therapist, that means you're mad or you have schizophrenia. So some people think that mental health is just like any other disease. I have headache, I take my paracetamol. I have depression, I see a therapist. I have cancer, they treat me, chemotherapy. So it's just like any other disease and shouldn't be taken lightly. I actually think it's one of the major things that can affect the whole body. So if you're going through a traumatic experience, I identify that this is a traumatic experience. Find help in any way that you think you can. Journaling, seeing somebody, some people have different ways of dealing with traumatic experiences. Find yours. And deal with it.
You know when somebody around.
Yeah, when she was.
You need to let it out. You need to talk.
You can't always cry, cry.
When Chimere was talking about what's it called, going through trauma and not like necessarily knowing that you went through this thing. I have a friend that like when she was younger, her uncle, she lived in her father's house, but her uncle lived with them. Her uncle was doing things to her, like a little girl. She was little, and now she doesn't think of it as something. Like at least then she didn't think of it as something serious when she was older. So she just would I say she has sex a lot? Or she was doing a lot of things, a lot of mad things. Exactly, and it was just like, it happens. Like, you enjoy it. Definitely, she must have been enjoying it. This was like consensual, whatever. So she was actually enjoying it, but like, it was later. She said this herself, but like, it was later. Like, she was thinking about it. Like, it's because of all these things that happened previously.
That's
why she feels like, okay, this is something I want to do, I must do it, or like something that always just makes her,
makes her happy or whatever. Anyway, first things first, when you're going through, it's like your mental health is very important, and whatever it is you're going through, identify, like when you have a problem, identify, don't like try to push it down or hide it or rough it or whatever. Identify that you're going through something. Don't think little of whatever it is that is bothering you. Like, everything is a big deal. It's about your life, it's about you, it's a big deal. So take it like a big deal, obviously. And don't let anybody try to tell you, it's small, Jerry. Because that's one thing about talking to people. You can talk to somebody now, and then I'm telling you, talk to the right people. Because let's say I'm going through something, and then someone, I'm going to talk to someone, and then the person is going through something at that point in time, and the person just reacts in a particular way. Sometimes I might just feel like, let me not bother, don't worry. That can be another reason why people say, don't worry, I'll just rough it on my own, I'll go through this thing, you'll be fine eventually, you'll be fine, right? But then just deal with it in the right way, and your mental health is very important. This episode is very short, but what we're trying to tell you this morning, what we've been discussing is, life is tough, we know. School is hard, we know. Things that happen in Nigerian schools, terrible. We know, we relate to it, but take care of your mental health. Lecturers are shit. Holy shit. Please take care.
Take care of yourself. Take care of your mental health.
School is rubbish. School is annoying. School is stressful. Some lecturers do rubbish, but don't give up. Yeah. Don't give up.
They do something.
Get the degree.
Make your life.
Get the paper.
The degree not necessary, but like.
Hey, don't tell them that, please. Get
Get
the degree. Thank you.
It's not actually necessary, but don't give up on school.
Get the degree first, then you determine if it's necessary
Necessary or not.
If you like give up on school, one over.
That's your business.
Whatever it is you want to
just get my
do.
degree.
But at the end of the day, take care of your mental health.
But if you get
And
money, the degree not necessary.
and let's try not to take depression as a joke. And
It's not. Trust
it's not a joke. So maybe if someone comes to you and tells you, oh, they are depressed, or they
Don't
think
laugh.
they are depressed, don't laugh. Don't immediately judge. Don't immediately say that they are self-diagnosed.
And please stop listening to excess tentation. Stop listening to juice word all the time
Stop
and be
listening to
putting yourself in a bad mood.
and say that, oh, I'm sad.
And this thing of don't judge. You don't say because you are rich, your mother and the other.
So you
guy
can't be
don't
depressed.
say
You have
that.
money, so what's
Can't
with
be
you?
That DJ copy, she's
It's
going
not about
through
money.
bullying online.
She's
Honestly, she's
She's
going through bullying online.
People, they actually.
I think that in Nigeria we don't understand. We don't understand that you can have money and then things might not still be working for you. It will bring up the money. Money doesn't buy happiness, or money doesn't buy this. But let's not talk about that. Anyway, don't judge people and don't negate people's suffering or people's problems. Don't think that your own is better than their own.
And don't say you're
Your
not
own
the
is worse
first.
than their own. I don't say you're not the
Don't
first.
say you're not the first.
Because really, they are the
No.
first to be going through that.
Now you're not the first they pain, eh?
Don't
No,
say.
because
They
honestly,
pain.
if you think
They're
about
not
it,
first.
they are the first because the things that are happening in their life wasn't exactly happening in your life. They are not that person, so that's the first time they are going through it. So you don't have any right to tell someone.
Yeah,
You're not
the
the
first
first
person to go
to
through
happen
it.
to it. You know.
Even if in the general scheme of things,
Yeah,
you're
don't
not
say
the
that.
first.
I hate
Don't
that.
say,
I
keep
hate
it
that
to
saying.
yourself.
There's
That's why
nothing
sometimes
on that.
silence is probably the best thing you can offer somebody. Because if you don't know what to say, just shut up. Yeah, keep quiet.
It helps.
Anyway, yeah, keep quiet. That's for all of you that have a lot of things to say to people that are not necessarily the right things.
It helps a lot.
You know? And then talk to people, talk to your friends, talk to proper people that would actually listen to you, not just anybody. And then stay happy, be happy. We love you. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends and family. If you
Follow
want to
me on Instagram.
Follow us on Instagram. All of them. Yeah.
See my
Instagram,
no.
It's right
Yeah.
here.
I always wanted to do this thing. I don't know where it is. I think it's up here.
Watch my other
it's
videos.
down
I'll
there.
link them.
It's down here.
I'll link them where they are pointed. And it'll be in the description box. So thank you.
Up here.
Bye.
Bye.